Hey everybody, welcome to Build Brunch, the daily morning show where we talk about the latest topics in pop culture. I'm Brittany Jones-Cooper.
I'm Shannon Coffey.
I'm Allie Colbert.
And I'm Lucas Tim. Hi, everyone.
Hi guys.
Today we're going to talk about how package deliveries are about to get easier, why Lisa Vanderpump is in hot water, who Natalie Portman is calling creepy, and why the internet is going gaga over cartoons. But first,
We just want to give a special thanks to Dinosaur Barbecue for providing food for the table.
Look at this.
Have you guys heard of Dinosaur Barbecue?
yes, it's iconic.
It's iconic. It's just celebrated its 30th year, 15 years at the Harlem location, which is where I live, so that's where I found it. And I didn't know it originally started as like a place for motorists to stop because it's right on the the West Side Highway, and now it's like a destination.
yeah, oh my God,
for
it's
obvious
the best.
reasons.
And I'm excited to dig into all this. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And so it is also National Barbecue Month, so we're celebrating here. But you guys, this weekend is a perfect time to celebrate Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Have some barbecue, celebrate National
American
Barbecue
food right here.
Month. This is literally all I need. I just want meat on meat on meat. That's what makes me the happiest. So I'm gonna wait to take a bite because in a recent podcast interview, Jessica Alba opened up about what it's like to film love scenes. Alba said that she would even take a shot of tequila to ease the awkward situation, which totally makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, I'm just enjoying the food, but I don't think we always realize how horrible it is to film these scenes.
Right.
Oh, God.
And actors always say that it is, but we're always just like,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like, it's terrible, I think.
And in the context of this interview that she did on the Skinny Confidential Him and Her podcast, so she's with her husband who's a producer,
Cash,
and they're
yeah.
saying like we understand each other. It's good to actually be married to someone in the industry, but he's like saying the one thing I don't understand is how you don't enjoy hookup scenes. If
Right.
You're hooking up with some stud, like how are you not having fun? And she goes like, well, everyone's watching you. It's long shoots. You're breathing down someone's neck literally.
Yes.
Like it's not as sexy as a 30-second sex scene is in a film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she said some days are like 15, 16 hours just getting these really tight shots or specific shots in a love scene. You got to think by that time, maybe people start sweating, maybe their breath is start kicking, and you're like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
She has
Yeah.
tequila breath. I don't think
Right.
that's actually quite helpful.
But you know what's funny? She was just here with Gabrielle Union, and tequila came up several times in the interview. So I think Jessica Alba has like a really fun side, and she really loves tequila.
Not surprised.
She was talking about how she ordered food for the entire cast, and that in that food order there was like a ton of tequila for everybody. So she likes to get like the crew also can enjoy while she's enjoying, which I
Yeah.
think is very nice.
I remember years ago when I was going through my Gossip Girl phase, and I was obsessed with the show. I read this really weird statement that Sebastian Stan said in an interview, where he said before kissing scenes, he likes to like chomp down on some fresh fruit and get it like stuck between his teeth so that the person he's like kissing has some fun stuff to find.
That's
Ew.
disgusting.
He should be arrested.
Isn't that
He should
weird?
be arrested.
That's a felony.
And I like didn't understand it at first. Like I was like, I like didn't get it. But like I guess the implication is that he wants them to like they're tonguing around his teeth.
What
So you get like a strawberry seed in your mouth after kissing
What?
somebody?
He's like, I thought it'd be fun and like fruity little pops.
What a terrorist.
so
I mean, that,
rude,
honestly,
yeah.
define terrorism. How is that not terrorism?
Domestic terrorism.
I mean, I'm sorry, I don't want to make that lightly, but that is horrific.
Isn't that crazy? Like if I was doing
It
a
is.
kissing scene, I would like probably like Listerine, like the Fire Festival guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like spray it out. I would have like little like Listerine, like those tabs
strips,
that I use
yeah.
all the time. Like I would keep it real fresh.
You know, Listerine actually has this new one where you bite into it and it turns into a liquid, and you actually like use it
Gargle?
like mouthwash, and then you can swallow it. And my mouth has never.
Because
felt
you
that.
never.
Wait, do you have them downstairs?
I don't have them down. I'll bring some.
Okay.
Because
I mean,
so good.
Listerine should literally give you money for that right now.
It is
I'm
the
gonna go and
best.
buy
It is the best.
I'm big into Listerine. I always have my Listerine strips, and I have
do?
my breath spray.
I do
Sometimes I'll
too.
spray Lucas
Yeah, so,
if he asks.
I need it sometimes. you know.
I just sprayed mine
We
before
get
the
fresh.
show.
Oh, I always have to be fresh before a show.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, yeah, I mean, also because you never want to be that person on Andy Cohen's chair and he asks who is the worst person you kissed and be like, oh, the guy with
know.
chunks of food in his teeth. Like, that's so awful.
I
Like, it's
know.
like, I think a thing for an actor, like I would get really nervous because you're getting judged no matter what. Because if you're making out Jessica Alba, she's
gonna-
a
yeah.
beautiful, talented woman. I'm sure she's gonna be asked who is the worst person, the best person. You hopefully you're in the middle or
Yeah.
the best.
Or just not memorable
Or not
at all,
memorable.
right?
Not memorable.
Yeah.
Just you're like, oh, whatever. Oh, I kissed him. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always would read that Danny DeVito was like one of the best people to kiss on camera, and I feel like that was genuine.
Who
Danny
said
DeVito.
that?
Like some actresses were like, he's the best.
Not
What?
really?
I'm like, what's happening?
That's
Maybe he works
insane.
like harder. For
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
maybe,
He
right?
probably works harder.
Also, it's kind of cool. You can like control it. Like,
Yeah.
Because he's little.
this is like his head. You just hold it.
Danny DeVito, we love your work.
But I think these scenes are super awkward. Keira Knightley said once that she had a body double because in her movie The Aftermath, it was with Alexander Skarsgård, who's this beautiful, sexy man. But there's a scene where he's like licking her nipples, and I was like, Oh my
Wow.
God, that would be a violation if you really didn't feel like doing that day. So she actually
Sign
said,
me up.
I had a body double because that was just like too much.
How do you not get turned
Yeah.
on though? That I
Yeah.
actually am wondering, like, in that
So I think,
scenario when
yes.
it's like so much contact like that.
Yeah, that's like real
Alexander
contact.
Skarsgård licking your nipples. That's like what I think about every night. Like, I can't believe out there's somebody who's not famous, who's just a body double,
Right.
who got their
That's-
nipples licked by Alexander Skarsgård. You're like, oh my God, that's better than barbecue. No offense, dinosaurs. Like, that's crazy to
Yeah.
me. Like, I would die. I would just like literally die that night.
I'm
I'm dying right now thinking about it.
Did she die?
Guys,
Did she
I
die?
think we have our dream guest. We're gonna find that body
Right.
double and bring her on Build Brunch just so you can like
Yeah.
talk to her.
I'm gonna lick her nipples because I'm gonna be like, Alexander Skarsgård's tongue was
Well,
on these nipples.
That's a transitive property. That makes
Yeah,
sense. That's
yeah.
science.
That's
Dudes
science.
probably do get kind of hard sometimes.
That's why I always
How do you
think-
not get hard? But women, we're just probably not into it for the most part.
Right.
Like a lot of times, if there's a lot of people around,
No, you're in your
just
head.
mentally gone, so you're probably out of it. But like, I don't think men can maybe help their little rager.
That's the thing. That's why
A little rager.
I always think about that. I think about that during sex scenes, you know, because usually they're wearing like what they call like a sock or whatever, which just helps
Yes.
the penis.
Which Alexander Skarsgård refuses to wear.
It's good for
For
him.
real?
Yeah.
What a
He
proud
doesn't
man.
wear it.
But
What a-
that's like it's stupid.
That's also like partly me too.
Yeah.
But
Right.
Yeah,
A
it
little
was like
bit.
Lucas is like, that's amazing. Women are like, that's abusive.
No,
it's a violation.
But I'm always just like I don't know. I'm impressed by these actors who
Yeah.
go to these lengths, you know.
Ditto. Because we need
really-
the smut in the movies. I mean, we need it there. So.
Totally.
Well, like in
Sacrifice
Game
they
of
make.
Thrones, like, how do they do that all the time?
Was it that? Was it that?
The
In the
early season.
earlier,
Early season.
everybody was
How
talking.
about
Yeah,
there's
I
one?
guess so.
What would happen when
All the
Oprah's having
extras are
an
double.
orgy?
Yeah.
In the season 4, when it's a guy, a girl.
Remember the
and
orgy
then
in Westworld?
Ilana. Yeah, the orgy in Westworld.
Oh yeah, those orgies are wild.
Wow.
You know, like robots.
But-
you don't need to ask for consent.
Well, that's you're getting to the core of that story.
Yeah.
I think you should still ask for consent.
Well, and
Yeah. No, you should, but apparently you don't have to. Speaking.
speaking of robots, you should ask for consent. Ford has released a first look at their new digital delivery two-legged robot from their Digit partnership that can walk packages to your doorstep. Ford plans to use Digit to carry up to 40 pounds when humans aren't around for the delivery process. Now,
What would you do if this
When
thing is
humans-
rolling up to your house?
it's
Are you serious?
I would lick its
Are you
nipples.
serious? No.
Yeah. No, seriously, like catch me outside molesting that
Yeah.
robot and be
And-
like, this is what happens when you send a robot
right,
to my house.
you're definitely taking the Westworld,
Yeah.
like robots that don't
I
take
don't
consent.
believe that this is ever gonna happen.
This is terrifying.
This
to
is
me.
so ominous.
This is not gonna happen. They all
Terrifying.
aren't the drones already like doing deliveries. I haven't seen any of those. Like I don't believe
So
that this is gonna
the
make
purpose of
deliveries.
this is when I guess there's
Automated truck.
automated trucks that
so self-driving trucks.
self-driving
Yes.
trucks. The van will open up, and out from it will unfold this robot, which like beep beep boop boop, and it gets the package and walks slowly to your door, and it knows obstacles, corners. I mean, this is so ominous that when humans aren't around, they're literally telling you when you all are extinct, this is how it all
There
Yeah.
are gonna be so many mistakes.
Guys,
I'm
I'm with
into it,
Elon.
right?
I'm with Elon Musk
Look at
on
this.
this. If you guys have ever listened to Elon Musk talk about robots, he's like, they're very dangerous. We're all gonna be dead. They're gonna take off. They're gonna be collective consciousness and like take over the world. And then I see this robot walking
Hey.
up to my door, and I'm terrified.
No, I think it's fine. Look at his
It has
sexy little
legs.
feet. His little feet are so cute. I love his legs.
It has legs.
I mean, it's adorable. I also think, like, you know what?
Nope.
Fuck humans. We're overrated. We've trashed the universe. Like, we're not good. Let the robots have a chance. It's not a big deal. Also, my male people are not doing a good job, so
Right.
they deserve to be replaced. The last package I got
That's true.
literally, like, fell off the truck and they ran it over, and then it was, like, ripped up, had tire marks on the product, and they taped it back together and were like, here you go. And I was like, what is, like, how would you ever think this is okay?
So I'm gonna jump in. I think humans are actually more effective in that space because you can't control when a box falls off of a truck. But this person was able to take tape and put it back together. The robot's just gonna be like burp, burp, derp, and throw it off, and like that's it.
Right.
I don't know. I trust the
Burp,
robot
burp,
more.
burp.
Also, I think it would be cool, okay, because like in my neighborhood, packages are always getting stolen. So it'd be cool if the robot could stay there and protect it. And if someone who wasn't me, they just like shoot them.
Guys, like,
I mean, that's what you get.
you are not Shannon.
Yeah.
Robot.
I'm like, that was my mom. My mom was making it up for me.
My mom was helping me out. What the fuck, robot?
That'd be so funny funny if they just put like guns on it.
No, it's like an option. Like,
It just
do
has
you
gun
need
hands.
protection until you sign back in? So then
Yeah.
the robot just like in Brooklyn, just plowing people down. It's so dark.
I mean,
But
Yeah.
we've been warned.
Yeah.
On Shanza, we've been warned from Blade Runner to Westworld that robots are gonna happen, and we have not changed our ways. So honestly,
Yeah.
it's like
That's why I will consistently speak out against AI and robots.
That is
Not-
so
They're coming
stupid.
for you.
I do not. I think it's going to like ruin our workforce. Like people need jobs.
No,
I think
it's
I think
not.
1 in 8 jobs in transportation
Right.
are gonna. I mean,
no.
But have you seen the four-legged robot that
It's
someone
real.
threw a banana peel and it just slipped and fell on its side and couldn't get back up? So like, I mean, it's
But-
not that
but then
serious.
did you
We have
see-
bananas. We could just throw bananas at the robots and they'll slip.
but then did you see that robot jumping boxes and like
Yeah.
shooking and jiving and shit?
Yeah,
like they
that
are
one can
super
get it.
agile. They're
Right.
super
Yeah.
smart. They're gonna take our jobs, guys. It's a warning.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No, I think you have a
Honestly.
point. That's why people talk about universal basic income and like a job guarantee because these robots are coming for basic labor force jobs that employ a vast majority of Americans.
Especially transportation. Just
Lucas
saying.
2020. So
Real talk,
yeah,
guys.
no,
Robots
Brittany
are dangerous.
has a big point. So I think
Yeah.
we're a long way to go. Hopefully, I'm on my deathbed when the robot's taking over, and I'll be like, "Suckers, see, I got my
Right.
package on time."
Yeah.
Like, but
I
we'll
don't
see.
know. We had a good run as humans. You know, we kind of wasted it. And if I get replaced by a robot, I think Bill Brunch will be better for it.
I don't know.
I think so.
They could not come up with your creativity. Like the story, you have to put so much of your consciousness in
Right?
that. All your
No,
stories.
you could program a robot to be a freak. You can do that.
No.
But will the robot just be sat on
our
the
freak.
subway?
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks. Thanks for liking me more than a sexy robot.
I didn't say sex robot. I prefer the sexy robot.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Imagine she ended up with your robot. What would you do if Brittany ended up with your robot and not you?
I didn't just try to stab Brittany. I'm so
Did you guys
jealous.
see that?
Wow. That's so
I was
rude.
scared for a second.
You literally date a robot before me?
The sexy one. I'm joking.
Whatever.
Wow.
I just told you how I feel about robots. I don't trust them.
And I don't trust you ever again. Don't look at me, don't look at me. And now it's time for Housewives Happy Hour.
Woo!
Yes.
Housewives happy hour.
Turtle
Cheers.
time.
Turtle time.
Yeah,
Real
Ramona.
Housewife
Turtle
Lisa
time.
Vanderpump is facing backlash after making a transphobic joke about Erica Jane in a confessional during Tuesday's episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Wow.
Shit, that's smooth.
Yeah, that
I know, I
is
just
smooth.
said that's so good.
Oh,
The
so
wine
wild.
is really good.
Why do you think they drink so much of it on the show? Hello.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is going down.
That was
Um,
nice wine. Not a cool moment for Lisa.
Not a good moment. I mean, this whole season's been not a great moment for Lisa. Even as someone who's, she's one of my all-time faves. I think this was, first of all, she gets a polygraph test. It's so contrived to prove that she didn't sell a story to Radar Online as if she wrote an op-ed in the New Yorker or whatever. But she gets this polygraph test, and in her confessional basically says, just don't ask me if Erica's tucking or something like that because I couldn't lie about something like that.
Right.
And then proceeded to crack up.
And then proceeded to crack up hysterically. You know, Lisa's big defense are like, I'm English, I have this humor, I'm biting, whatever. But this is a joke that went too far. And the fact that she is such an LGBTQ ally, it's been really upsetting to hear her say that.
Yeah, I mean, what I found with a lot of older generations when it comes to making jokes, because everyone has a joke if they're old,
Yeah.
is that they oftentimes aren't people, and this is coming from a gay person, like, I don't feel that a lot of these people are homophobic or transphobic, but they are not particular with their language, and they make choices that then have, you know, transphobic or homophobic implications.
Yeah, totally.
Which is something that, like, the learning curve for the older generations is, like, I'm not excusing it, but,
Yeah.
like, it's very difficult, like, to have a conversation with, like, your parents or your grandparents about, like, things that are acceptable or not acceptable to say anymore, and, like, that takes a while.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
does.
it's a lot. For them, I think intention is everything, and they don't really like realize that. I think we're more about impact and how like a joke lands and what people perceive it as. And for them, they're like, well, that's not what I meant. And you're like, but it's not, it doesn't make it
Right.
okay. I also think it's kind of disappointing that this joke got through the editing process.
Well, that's a thing that you could point it to the editors. I mean, they've been the big Lisa Vanderpump supporters saying the editors have not been kind to her on this
haven't.
season of Beverly Hills because she's the odd one out. She doesn't want to be part of the group anymore, and all the women don't like her. And it seems
Yeah.
the editors are very much like, we're going to put in. But she was laughing. I think she didn't realize it was.
She thought it was funny,
Yeah.
and I'm with Allie. I think what she said was transphobic. I would stop short of calling her transphobic. I think when you put a label like that on somebody, the conversation stops. And it's no longer a learning or a teaching moment. You know what I mean? And so, like, I'm sure to call people racist, like, unless they've really sort of shown themselves to be. But I think people can say things that are insensitive, and they're maybe ignorant, or they haven't had the experience, and that's where the teachable moment is. And she did apologize. You know, she did immediately say, like, I thought it was funny. It's not funny. I've been an ally. And obviously, we know that there is a transgender person on Vanderpump Rules, and Billy has come forward and said, you know, allies aren't perfect. Lisa's always supported me. And so again, I want to stop short of calling her transphobic. I feel like that's really loaded and can be really damning, and like it just stops the conversation.
Yeah, no, I remember learning that in high school. Like I went to a high school when they put so much emphasis on diversity and learning as a white person to never say you are racist, but what you said is racist. And that forces you, the person, to confront of why they said it and what they said it, because someone can just say, I'm not a racist.
Right.
I'm not transphobic.
And they're like, oh, I'm fine.
You can't read my mind, but what you said was. But what I think with the apology, which is interesting, she didn't really apologize to Erica Jane.
No, she didn't.
And Erica, who we had on the show, we love Erica, and she's such a fan favorite of the show. And I think that's kind of disappointing. And that's an ongoing trait with Lisa Vanderpump, though I do really love her, is she really doesn't say she's sorry a lot to the other women when she hurts them. And I think that is such a debilitating character trait of certain housewives. And we're seeing it with Nene Leakes on Atlanta.
Nene's really
to Lisa on Beverly Hills. These matriarchs, women who really made the show, their inability just to say, I'm sorry to the other women when they hurt them, you know?
Yeah, but that's part of the brand,
I love
right?
That's
Nene. Part of the conflict.
It's true.
Yeah.
I was happy that she apologized to the community.
Of course.
The Erica Jane thing, for me, that's just like a plot line for them, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to get too emotionally invested in like them apologizing to each other, because I know that it's like just for ratings.
Right.
Well, that's the thing, but when you like question them, they're like, this is all real drama. And for me, it's like either we decide that it's just fake for ratings or it's real, because that depends on like how we're feeling as fans when we watch, like how hard, like we are judging these people for real, their character, who they are. I mean, these people are great. I like these shows. I don't think they need to be based in such petty drama where they're coming for each other. I think there's room for reality TV to like be better still. And I think people go for like low blows, and it doesn't need to be like that.
Well, that's what I think. If you're looking at New York Housewives, it's not as petty. And what we're watching is they're just really funny women.
Yeah.
And yes, they fight, but it's not like they're doing these low blows to each other, what Lisa did to Erica. It's like they're just hysterical.
Yeah.
And it's been so much more popular this season of Beverly Hills because they're so much more fun to watch.
I was gonna say, when they go on those trips, like for me, that's when I tune in. Even when the Beverly Hills girls went to, was it Mexico? And Lisa didn't go, right?
The RV trip.
Or was it the Cayman Islands? They went somewhere and Lisa didn't go, and they had so much fun. And they just like got drunk, and I was like, oh, I could watch this. Like, there's just like no, it's not
they're
catty.
all entertaining. They have great personalities. They can be funny and interesting without fighting. So I'm like, just do a bunch of girl hangs.
Right, or when drama arises, it's more real.
Yeah,
and
100%.
like let that happen.
Like Ramona's purposefully sitting at that wrong table.
Oh my God.
Insisting it was the right table. You know that wasn't the table you were meant to sit at, but I love how she'll just commit to that lie.
Yeah. And Dorinda just getting like, don't you ever say that to me again.
Oh my God. Remember when Ramona pushed her into the season?
Yes!
Yikes.
Don't
no violence, you guys. Don't get physical. Well, as you mentioned, we had Erica Jane here, and we had her at Build, and I got to make an episode of Camp Confessions with her, and I want to show it to you guys. Yeah, let's play it.
Let's do it.
Hi, I'm Shannon Coffey, and I'm here with Erica Jane. We're out here camping at Build Studio, and the vibe is just right, so we're gonna share some camp confessions. This week I dropped my headphones on the subway, and they were just like scraping on the disgusting, crusty floor.
Ew.
But, you know, I really needed to listen to music, so I just doused them in hand sanitizer. Just hand sanitizer all over that. But now when I listen to music, it just sounds like everything was recorded underwater. That's why it's like
Kind of
very
like Charlie
bubbly.
Brown.
Yes.
I guess my guilty pleasure is watching porn.
Oh.
That or fast food.
Do you ever mix the two?
Fast food and porn?
Yeah. I was imagining somebody going up through a drive-thru and being like, I'd like to drive through you. You know, penetrate you. Not with a car.
But with my wiener. No. I don't like food and sex at the same time.
Oh, okay.
I do like compressed socks.
Ooh.
And I sleep with socks on. Do you sleep with your socks on? My feet are cold.
I read a study that said that people who wear their socks to sleep actually live shorter lives than people who go free toes.
Well, I'm ready to hit it at any time. That's okay.
I would love to see you on The Real Housewives of the Afterlife. I have one last confession.
Lay it on me.
I don't know how to drive.
What? That is so bizarre. I can't
I've
get with that. It's
tried.
like blowing me away.
I didn't think you were gonna be shocked by that.
Well, I'm devastated because I like to drive.
I love being in the back.
No.
I mean, that's fun.
I need to be in control of where we're going. I can drive, negotiate a contract, cuss people out, listen to things on the radio, look at my phone. I can do it all.
I can't multitask like that. I just need to be like,
You know what I should do? I should go undercover at the DMV. Do you want me to teach you how to drive?
can you?
Fuck yeah, I can teach you how to drive. You're gonna be the fiercest ass driver on the 405 by the time I'm finished with you. You're gonna be pushing bitches into the guardrail.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And don't worry, everything we shared here is just between us
Just between us.
and the internet. I can't wait to learn how to drive. Thanks, guys. And if you want to check out more episodes of Cam Confessions, you can go to build.nyc/confess.
Do it.
Woo! Natalie Portman is shooting down claims that she and singer Moby shared a brief fling nearly 20 years ago. The musician recently recounted their alleged romance in his new memoir, but according to Portman, Moby's recollection is far from accurate. In fact, she remembers him as creepy, older man who tried to get with her when she had just graduated high school. It is real. So he goes in this book and said that they had this brief fling when she was 20, that she brought him up to her dorm room.
In Harvard.
And fell asleep in his arms, and he left because he couldn't deal with the intimacy of loving someone. Meanwhile, she goes, I was 18, that never happened. He was creepy and gross. And it's just like, and then he posts a picture of him shirtless with her, and it looks even more creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're so creepy. Your defense is creepy, dude.
Ah!
How
Like,
scary.
that picture is creepy.
She doesn't even look happy. She's like,
She's
This
like,
is like,
uh-huh.
I mean, the fact that he like doubled down and was like, this definitely happened. Look at this photographic evidence. We're so happy together. We're definitely dating. It just shows that like, he does not like live in reality. Like,
At all.
At all. Like, why would you brag and be like, I was a 30-something-year-old guy dating an 18-year-old girl who's now denying it? Like, let her be. Even if it happened, which it didn't, just like stop.
Right.
yeah, obviously stop. He also talked about Lana Del Rey in the book.
That story was creepy
And
too.
like
So good
the
though.
Lana Del Rey clearly like insulted him in this excerpt, and he was like, and I took it as a compliment. And it's like,
Yes.
no, everyone is literally rejecting you and insulting you, and you're like, we're fucking, and I'm loving it. Like,
Right.
no, none of that is happening. Everyone wants you to leave them alone.
Right.
Leave them alone.
And Natalie Portman pointed out, she was like, I just think it's so weird that this is one of the key takeouts of the book. Like he's using this fake story to promote his book, which is just also very sad. So basically, like any celebrity he's ever like talked to, maybe he put in his book in like hopes to sell copies.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something. Not everyone should be allowed to write a book. I think that should be a law. You should have to pass a certain test. We've seen it from the Trump administration to now Moby. People should not be allowed to write certain books. This is so weird. And Natalie Portman said it. Why the publisher not check this?
Right.
Yeah,
I blame
deliberately.
YouTubers.
Unfact-checked book.
Yes.
Seriously,
Yeah.
once they started letting YouTubers write books, everybody was like, I have to have a book. Like
Yeah.
male people were like, I write books, robots write books. Like everyone's like, I write books. And
Yeah.
you're like, no, books are for like people who have something to say,
Exactly.
who have lived a life. I also think it's weird that like Moby was like, I'm gonna write a book and I'm gonna include people I dated. Like nobody cares who
No
you
one
dated.
cares.
Like
No
even
one
if you
cares.
dated anyone, no one cares. No
Like,
one wants to think about you like that.
A not fact-checked book that's lame. That's not a book. That's a diary. Okay?
Right.
Right.
Have a diary. You can lie about whoever you kiss in your diary. That's your diary, Moby. This is a book. You can't publish this shit. You creep.
Right.
Yeah.
I actually do, like in a biography, want to know who people slept with and dated, but it has to be somebody interesting like Jane Fonda,
Or
who has
honest.
dated like
Honest.
A-listers
That's the
and they're
main
honest,
thing.
and it's like a well-documented relationship, and they're giving you something
Yeah,
like
that's amazing.
inside.
yeah.
This is just like a fake, like they hung out a few times.
Well, I think it comes down to honesty, but also if it is part of your journey, like if you are a person who is queer or it's part of your sexual journey of like who you've dated, fine, I can see that if you get permission from the person and you're honest in that.
Right.
But like if this, I think he was trying to equate this with his intimacy issues, which I don't want to discredit those issues he's dealing with or whatever, but it's just not true and clearly for attention. That's what's so disrespectful.
Also, the visuals of like him like kissing her under like the Harvard trees. I'm like, you just made this up.
That's so,
That's such a made up thing. That's what I would say if I made up kissing Natalie
Yeah.
Portman. You
Yeah.
make her upper.
It was also super braggy because with Lana Del Rey, he talked about he had this like 5-floor penthouse and he wanted to like christen it with her with vodka and sex, and she basically shut him down. And he walked her to the elevator on the 29th floor and gave her a kiss goodnight. I was like, do you just want us to know how big your apartment is?
Yeah.
Because the story's horrible, and why would you tell the story unless you just wanted us to know that you had a penthouse?
Yes.
Yeah, and it was so weird the way he described like Lana Del Rey like being very young and having a short pixie cut, and he was like, she looked like a tiny, sexy elf or something like that. Like just the way he speaks about women, I'm like, I get it. You're still like on that pixie dream girl like train. Like, dude, have you not been like reading the news? Like, someone send this guy a Twitter Moments. Like, he needs to like catch up with us.
He is Garden State.
And can I say, this is like a bigger problem, obviously, of like all the dudes out there who, when they get rejected, decide to like take the weirdest like path to like feeling okay about it.
Right.
Whether it's lying to people about you, spreading bad things about you, like just take a rejection like gracefully. Like I don't know why this was necessary, but a lot of dudes think of this shit.
Oh, you guys, I had an ex one time that I broke up with use the Snapchat filter to take a picture of me and put my face over his face and say, I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever.
Oh my God.
And posted that on social media. So like, people are insane.
Yeah,
Your
restraining
Like
order.
very scary.
Yeah, well, I think that's a problem that happens in high school with men, where the way they treat girls, whoever who reject them or do this or intimate with them, they'll just destroy the girl. I mean, I remember in high school, like when a girl broke up with a guy, she would just be scarlet letter, and all she did was just not like him. I mean, it's taught at a young age that of course it continues on when people become famous or whatever.
Yeah.
Or not famous, or just random
famous.
losers on the street who we break up with.
I think the most beautiful part about this is that he wrote this in this book thinking it would make him sound cool, and really it just makes him sound like such a loser.
Did he lie about his penis size too? Like I feel like that has to be in the book.
It's like, does he have any friends or an editor or publicist who was like, maybe don't put that story in. It makes you look like a creep.
Totally. Ugh, I'm over it. Well, you guys, users are taking to Twitter to gush about cartoon crushes from their childhood. The responses are revealing, to say the least, but they're also proving that our favorite cartoons were really just filled with thirst traps.
I love
this. This is so real.
This is so
This is
real.
I had
very
a
real.
crush on so many cartoons.
Really?
Who was the crush?
I mean, I honestly, I don't have one that's coming to mind, but like even when I would play video games, like the characters in that, I'd be like, wow, they're hot. And it's like weird to be attracted to someone who's like 2D.
Like Mortal Kombat?
Like
there was like a lot of hot people in Mortal Kombat.
I'm thinking of JP or JP from SSX Tricky.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
But anyways, these cartoons are very sexy.
I remember watching Sleeping Beauty, and that 6-foot-tall blonde bombshell with an opera voice. I mean, I was like, whoa. And then Prince Philip shows up, and I'm like, whoa, what a hot couple. And
You're like, I'm feeling
I was
cold.
like 4, like, okay, this is confusing, but I'm into it. Hope they end up together. Okay.
I definitely believe this probably won't surprise you. Tarzan.
my
Really,
Corn-fed.
I know. I was really. Have you seen a more muscular cartoon character? He had like the V and everything.
Yeah.
And he was using like a little tiny loincloth. And he was, the V, the lines. He had those.
loincloth like slipping off.
And that's real talk. And then there was the real version with Brendan Fraser, and I was equally into that.
Oh my God, I remember who I loved.
Who?
Meg from Hercules.
Oh, Meg.
yeah.
Don't say
Are you kidding me? Wow, you just ruined that for me. I'm like Meg from Hercules. You're like, I'll do this weird.
I'll do it. I used to love Hercules.
Yeah, I really loved her until just now.
I like in Booksmart, there's a quick line about one of the characters having a crush on the little like white kitten from Aristocrats.
Yeah.
And like, that is so true. Like anything that's a cat, I have a crush on. Like I love, I feel like this is my entire personality is based off of sexualizing like cartoon characters that are not sexual. Like Chester Cheetah can get it. Like honestly, like Rescue Rangers, the whole damn cast. Like all of them. They're so. Although I
Any
have
of
to
the
say,
Ninja Turtles for you?
Oh, the Ninja Turtles, fucked them all. And literally, I just have to say, I think Beauty and the Beast is so wrong because they should have never, like, he was hot as a human, but I think the Beast was perfect, all hairy, and I would spend hours just thinking about being with him.
We might have to split the check on that one.
But the check, I mean, I'll take him either way, but honestly, he didn't have to change for me.
You know, you're just making me think. You guys remember the Goofy movie?
Yeah.
Max, Goofy's son? I had like a little crush on him. But it was like his personality, like he was cool and he skateboarded.
His personality.
You know, like I was like, oh, like, I really like Max.
Oh my God.
Goofy movie.
Yeah, he was really hot.
They were skaters.
They were skaters, right? He was cool. He had like
Yeah.
an edge.
Yeah.
I liked Pauly Shore's character in that movie. He was making the Cheese Whiz
Leading
tower.
tower. Cheese.
Love that.
Right?
Yeah, that's so fun.
That
That's
was
just such
great.
a fun intro to sort of sex.
Yeah.
Well, I always thought Maleficent was sexy. Well,
Maleficent.
Maleficent, not Angelina Jolie. Maleficent, as Shannon likes to call her name. No, Maleficent, the animated version, not the Angelina Jolie version.
Yeah.
Just because she cared.
Oh
she
my
had-
God, she was a slut. Sorry.
Jessica Rabbit?
Aladdin?
Yeah, Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit was
Rabbit.
such a
She was
slut.
like, oh my little, oh. I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
Oh.
Oh my little scrunchie, oh my little titty. I'm like, what is that?
Like, this is a kids movie.
titties.
Was that a kids movie? Or was that like the first
She like
Shrek?
basketball with Michael Jordan? Jessica?
What movie was that? Roger Rabbit?
Jessica?
Yeah, Roger Rabbit.
Right. But was that like a Shrek movie before, like we knew what a Shrek movie was, where it was like a kid's movie, but it was like really made
Kind of
for
adults.
Because Jessica Rabbit, can we talk? I mean, that's really inappropriate.
Jessica Rabbit
Yeah.
is like X-rated to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Comfortable.
I don't think that. I mean, I watched it as a kid, but I also watched like everything as a kid. Like my family was like, rated R movies. That's a coffee movie.
Yeah.
So I don't think that is
Right.
for kids. 100%.
coffee movie.
Yeah, it would be like my parents would cheer when the rated R thing would come up, and I'd be like, I'm 5. I'm
like-
watching like murder and sex every day.
Like, I'm gonna raise a flag here. Nobody else is.
Speaking of, you know what is like really trending is like animated porn.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge thing. People love
That's
that.
a really big thing, and you know what? It always comes up in the sidebar. I never click.
Always comes up.
You gotta click.
Never
You know
click.
you've clicked once.
I swear to God, I've never clicked. I would open up about it.
No,
I've
yeah.
never clicked,
Okay.
but I'm gonna go home and click tonight.
Yeah, you gotta. It's like things look just like juicier and better for some reason in the animated. Like when I also like when it's like furries.
Do they talk,
like
though?
furries animation?
they-
Yeah. And then like their genitals are so
Right.
moist and huge.
Stop
and-
using words like moist.
I'm
Yeah.
talking
And
about
juicy.
animated porn.
And
Oh,
honestly,
you want your genitals to be dry?
I'm asking you, you're triggering.
Okay, you want a dry genital for your sex life.
no, but
It's not a moist and juicy cartoon genital.
Oh God, moist.
Disgusting.
But I remember coming across like Avatar: The Last
Nom, nom,
Airbender
nom.
porn. You guys like people like
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
one of my favorite shows ever. Avatar: The Last Airbender is phenomenal. But I remember coming across that being like, as a fan, should I watch as an exploration of these characters? Like maybe it's like a fan
Wait,
fiction.
what do you mean? They make
So
porn
someone else,
spin-off from the movie?
Someone else would animate it and make the porn based off the Avatar: Last Airbender.
Have you ever
characters.
seen it?
Well, I was curious
Yeah.
more. As a philosopher studying the show, one of my favorite shows ever. Of course, I watched it.
There's this really funny scene in the show Working Moms where her husband's like, you're into porn, I wanna know what kind of porn you watch. And she's like, you don't, like it's really weird. And he's like, let me see it. And it was like a wolf and a rabbit having sex. And he was like trying to understand it for her. And she was like, it's just as private. Can you imagine trying to share that with somebody? It's like, I really love watching these animated characters.
That's really funny. Well, I'm sure a lot of people are out there because every time I think something's weird, there's hundreds of videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then a bunch of people jump into your DMs and they're like, hey, see me.
Oh my God. Well, you guys, that's all from us. We'll be off tomorrow and Monday for Memorial Day weekend, so we will see you all on Tuesday. Same time, same table.
Woo!